Imagine a world of life without struggles. How would it have been? How would we have lived? How would we have seen relationships? There is no doubt that a world without struggles will be like an idyllic place where everyone lives in harmony and peace. In such a world, people would likely focus on personal growth, creativity, and the pursuit of their passions without the hindrance of challenges or obstacles. Relationships might flourish without the stress of conflicts or misunderstandings. However, in a world without struggle may be a risk of stagnation or complacency. People might lack the motivation to innovate. There might not be people to look up to and learn from. People may repeat similar mistakes countless times. Evolution and adaptation could be halted, and people might not fully appreciate their achievements or develop the resilience needed to face adversity when it inevitably arises. It's worth considering that struggles often lead to growth and resilience. The world has had a life full of struggle since its existence, from the Paleolithic age to this modern era. During the Old Stone Age, early humans were hunter-gatherers, relying on tools made primarily of stone, bone, and wood. They lived in small nomadic groups, moving from place to place in search of food and shelter. Was this not a life of struggle? What do we see in today's life? Are we not still struggling? Before you continue watching this video, I would like you to think about these questions for a second and leave your view on them in the comment section. We can all attest that there is no such a life without struggles. The next question is, how do we navigate through a world full of struggles? How do we succeed in such a turbulent world? How do we become happy in a struggling world? Why are some people happy, but others are not? Is there something we're missing? Like the Stoics, who navigated a truly happy and meaningful life amid their struggling world. Remember, ancient wisdom often endures precisely because it taps into timeless truths about human nature and the world. While the specifics of ancient teachings may not always directly apply to modern contexts, the underlying principles often remain relevant. So in this video, we will dive into 5 practical principles that will guide us to achieve the life we want in this struggling world. Make sure to walk through them one after the other, as at least one of them could elevate your spirit. Number 1, brace yourself. Stoicism teaches us to brace ourselves as we walk through a world of struggling life. The Stoic philosophy is practical, so apply this to someone you admire deeply. Think about your mom, your mentor at work, or your favorite athlete like Roger Federer. What if their lives were devoid of struggles, devoid of challenges? Your mom, without the trials she faced, might never have become the resilient, wise person she is today. Your colleague, the one you hold in such high regard, could have easily given up at the first sign of difficulty, never achieving the success they now enjoy. And as for Roger Federer, imagine if he never had to overcome injuries, setbacks, or fierce opponents. Would he still be the tennis legend we know and love? The Stoics urge us to envision Hercules without his legendary trials. No lions to conquer, no hydras to battle. Without those challenges, Hercules would have remained a mere mortal, never reaching his full potential as a hero. Similarly, Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us that God doesn't coddle the virtuous like pets, but rather tempers them like steel, forging them through trials and tribulations. Life's adversities aren't punishments, they're growth opportunities. They test our resolve, strengthen our character, and prepare us for greatness. The Stoics believe that even the most daunting challenges are ultimately for our benefit, shaping us into the best versions of ourselves. So instead of letting the struggles weigh you down, use them as stepping stones to propel yourself forward. Keep your head up, stay resilient, and face each challenge with courage and determination. Embrace the struggle, knowing that it's making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Always remind yourself that you're not the only and first person facing such a struggle. Stay confident in the face of adversity, for it's through life's toughest moments that our true strength is revealed. 2. Be mindful. In a world filled with chaos and uncertainty, finding peace can seem like an impossible task. But amidst the struggles, there lies a powerful practice that can bring us solace and clarity: mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. It's about cultivating awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Let's say you're scrolling through your social media feed, and suddenly you come across a post that incenses you to your core. Your first instinct is to fire off a scathing comment, to let your anger fuel your response. What will you do? Are you going to retaliate with harsh comments? This is exactly where mindfulness plays a vital role. Stoicism teaches us the power of pausing and the importance of inserting a moment of clarity between stimulus and reaction. Instead of succumbing to the fiery passions of the moment, the Stoics demands that we step back, take a breath, and objectively observe the situation. It's about recognizing that while we can't control the events that unfold around us, we have absolute control over how we choose to respond. But the journey doesn't stop there. Stoicism compels us to dive deeper into ourselves, scrutinize our automatic impressions, and question their validity. It's about holding up a mirror to our own actions, acknowledging our faults, and taking the first step toward redemption. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to anchor ourselves in the present moment, finding refuge from the storm. Mindfulness has been shown to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It can improve our focus, enhance our relationships, and even boost our physical health. So how can we cultivate mindfulness in our own lives? It starts with simple practices like mindful breathing, meditation, or even just taking a moment to pause and notice the world around us. By making mindfulness a part of our daily routine, we can bring a sense of peace and clarity into our lives, even in the midst of struggle. So, let's take a moment to be mindful, to breathe, and to find stillness in this struggling world. 3. Don't worry. In a world where it seems like everyone is constantly hustling, striving, and struggling, it's easy to feel lost, anxious, or overwhelmed. From the pressures of work and school, to personal challenges and global events, it can feel like we're constantly battling against the tide. Imagine you find yourself in a situation where you're stuck in traffic on your way to work, and your stress levels are skyrocketing. Horns blare, tempers flare, and frustration mounts with each passing minute. How is your behavior going to be? Are you going to be mad at yourself, a passerby, the driver of the bus, the driver ahead of you, or stay calm? Amidst all the chaos, it's important to remember one simple truth. It's okay not to be okay all the time. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or uncertain. In fact, it's part of what makes us human. However, the Stoics have an answer that could help you or me. The Stoics remind us that instead of letting our emotions run wild, we should take a deep breath, assess the situation with a clear mind, and choose a response that aligns with our values. That's the power of Stoic mindfulness in action. And it's not just about keeping our cool in stressful situations. We should embrace self-reflection, cultivate gratitude, and accept the impermanence of life. These practices may seem small, but they have a profound impact on our overall well-being in this chaotic world. So whether we're stuck in traffic, dealing with a difficult coworker, or facing a personal crisis, remember, we have the power to embrace Stoic mindfulness and chart a course towards a more intentional and fulfilling life. Before we move to the last two, think deeply and reflect on the above Stoics' wisdom. Use yourself as an example, and let me know in the comments section your views. 4. Recharge your self-discipline. Fellow warriors, are you feeling a bit drained lately? Are struggling to stick to your goals or stay on track with your plans? Well, fear not. The Stoics left behind an ultimate power-up code: recharging your self-discipline. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. When you hit the gym, you don't expect to see results without putting in the work. You challenge yourself with heavier weights, you push through the burn, and you come out stronger on the other side. But just like any muscle, it can get tired and worn out. So, how do we give it the boost it needs? Step 1. Set clear, achievable goals. Whether it's hitting the gym 3 times a week or finishing that passion project, having a clear target in mind gives you something to aim for. Step 2. Create a routine and stick to it. Consistency is key when it comes to building self-discipline. Set a schedule and commit to it even when you don't feel like it. Step 3. Practice positive self-talk. Instead of beating yourself up for slip-ups, remind yourself of your progress and capabilities. You're stronger than you think. Step 4. Reward yourself for small victories. Celebrate your wins no matter how small they may seem. Every step forward is a step in the right direction. And finally, step 5. Don't forget to recharge. Self-discipline is important, but so is self-care. Take breaks, indulge in your hobbies, and recharge your batteries. So, there you have it, warriors. With these simple steps, you can recharge your self-discipline and get back on track to crushing your goals. Remember, every decision you make today shapes the person you become tomorrow. So why wait? Keep pushing forward and never underestimate the power of a recharged self-discipline. 5. Rise above ridicule. Have you ever been laughed at or belittled for chasing your dreams? Have you faced ridicule for daring to be different? It's a painful experience that many of us can relate to. But here's the truth. The opinions of others do not define our worth or our potential. It's time to rise above ridicule and embrace the power of our own convictions. If your so-called friends or acquaintances can't handle your glow-up, it might be time to reevaluate those friendships. Because true companions will lift you up, not tear you down. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to be your best self, just like the Stoics would have wanted. Embrace the ridicule, rise above the haters, and let your unwavering strength and wisdom shine like a beacon of hope in this chaotic world. Remember, every great innovator, artist, and leader has faced criticism and ridicule on their journey to success. But it's those who persevere despite the naysayers who leave a lasting impact on the world. So, let's rise above ridicule and embrace our uniqueness. Let's show the world what we're capable of and inspire others to do the same. If you resonated with the message of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more inspiring content coming your way.